Good morning. How you doing? This is Primal Al, and this one is coming for cabin crew, specifically for cabin crew. So, because my clinics are near Heathrow and Gatwick, I see a large number of cabin crew, and it's actually getting to be a bit of a concern as to how many cabin crew are getting injured. And what I've noticed through questioning cabin crew, and actually my other half is cabin crew as well, most are not training to make themselves strong for their job. And this is really quite a concern, because what I'm seeing more and more of is disc injuries, disc herniations, disc prolapses and bulges, annular tears, which is an inflammation and a tearing of the wall of the disc. Just sometimes it's inflamed discs. Also muscle injuries, lots of muscle tears, and I can almost suggest from what I see when I see people training who I know work in the airline industry, what you're doing at the gym is not ideal for your job. If I'm wrong, you can tell me otherwise, but your job involves squatting, pulling, pushing. You're moving big heavy trolleys on an unstable surface in a metal tube that's being buffeted around down a very narrow aisle, often having to lift up 10-kilo hand luggage, if not bigger, because most people are over their allotted size, into an overhead locker. If you're short, often balancing on the arm or the seat whilst you're doing it, pushing overhead. Now, I'll ask you this question. How many of you are doing single arm 10-kilo overhead press in the gym? Not a lot, I would imagine. Most of you, when I see you training, are either sitting on a machine or doing cardio, and the majority are doing cardio. Now, I understand that, sometimes due to, should we say, maybe things you're told that you have to do in terms of controlling weight and keeping yourself in shape, you will probably focus on cardio. Now, if you actually look into one of my earliest blogs on stress, for yourselves, it's mega important that you're looking at your nutrition and that you're looking at as much as possible focusing on your sleep, because you're often crossing time zones, lacking sleep, partying maybe at the other end when you're on your day off or whatever, and if you're coming back hungover or if you're coming back weak and fatigued, that's not setting you up good for having a strong back. Now, what you need to be thinking about is when you're in the gym, for the majority of you, strength training is a must. Good quality, good form strength training. You need to be able to do cable pulls, cable pushes, squats, lunges, overhead presses. You're not going to get that as sitting on a machine. And if you are sitting on a machine, then you're sitting, which you're not doing when you're in the plane. You're standing. Only I think I've had 3 clients this week who are cabin crew who are currently suffering with back injuries where they can't bend down and actually reach to the bottom of, should we say, the galley area to pull something out. You need to work on your flexibility. You need to be working multi-planar ranges of motion. Maybe consider getting someone to show you how to use a Swiss ball correctly. That will correlate to some of the instability you might feel. However, it's a bit of a complicated one because you're on a solid floor but in a moving tube. So yes, you will need to do some stability work to work on both your righting and tilting reflexes. I do have to say you have to focus on this. You have to focus on keeping your back strong. I'm seeing too many people in their late 20s, 30s where, yes, you can get away with it when you're young, when you're in your early 20s to some degree. Even that's I'm seeing more and more of. But as you go on, these imbalances are going to kick in. The weakness is going to come in the disc. You're going to get imbalances down to your knees. So think about it. I'll try if I can at some point to bring you a more focused training example. Maybe in a month or two when I'm looking at using a friend's training facility to record some stuff. But really maybe speak to if you've got a good qualified experienced trainer in your gym or where you train, who can show you how to train effectively in good form and with strength training. And believe me, it will help you lose weight, especially if you're looking at your nutrition as well at the same time. People are obsessed with the idea that cardio is all you can do to lose weight. In fact, you'll often find when you're mega stressed and you're doing loads and loads of cardio, it can actually imbalance your system to a point that you're almost going to slow up your weight loss or your weight control. So I hope that makes you think about what you're doing. Any questions, by all means, send them through to the page, www.facebook.com/back to primal. Join the tribe. Make sure you hover over like and click get notifications to see all the posts, and also on youtube.com search for Back to Primal channel and subscribe there to make sure you see all the blogs and video posts. So look after yourselves, be careful, always get clearance if you're going to do any kind of training or change of training from a GP or physical therapist or exercise coach, and hopefully get yourself nice and strong and try to avoid those injuries that I'm seeing so many of. Take care, look after yourself, and be primal.